wabarakatuh. We experience this phenomena in certain stages in our lives. Sometimes certain human beings go through this in a chronic fashion. You'll find that it causes low and weak performance, increases stress, wastes a great deal of time. Procrastination, a behavior of the human being that has affected many throughout the history and in different societies. What is procrastination? Procrastination is defined as a behavior of the human being which essentially entails the human being to delay and to defer what they ought to do, and instead they perform activities and tasks that, for instance, are low priority. In other words, they put off what is important and go for what is not necessarily essential. Sometimes these actions that are not important are joyful or happy. And therefore you find human beings procrastinate in all kinds of different shapes and forms. Each and every one of us may be able to give examples in our lives where we have procrastinated, isn't it? For instance, when it comes to you and I going out with friends on the eve of our exam, or when we have to pretend or submit an assignment at school, college or university. Or for instance, when we are watching TV and there are household chores to be done. Even when it comes to ibadah, we can also procrastinate. In which way? When sometimes we delay our prayers, when we don't go for Hajj or the pilgrimage, when we don't pay what we have to perform when it comes to khums and zakat and the charity that is due. Therefore, procrastination applies in many different areas in the lives of many human beings. Here, let's look at a few statistics. As you know, it's important, and I often bring statistics. We look at statistics and they tell us that 20% of the population, they suffer with procrastination in a chronic fashion. They are known as chronic procrastinators. Likewise, estimates inform us that up to 95% of people have procrastinated at some stage in their lives. And in the last 30 years, procrastination rates have quadrupled in many societies. This is an important area. Why? Because it applies to many human beings. It's not only specific to whom? To a group of individuals. That's why you find certain people will come forward and speak about the reasons why individuals procrastinate. They say people procrastinate because they are lazy. They have low self-esteem, lack of motivation. Sometimes they procrastinate because of anxiety. Sometimes it's because they are perfectionists. They want to do things absolutely perfectly. And hence you find people often talk about the need to seek help. An individual once came to another person and said to him, I think you procrastinate a lot. My opinion is you procrastinate a lot. You need to stop. His friend said to him, absolutely, I will stop. I'll do it tomorrow. And this happens, of course. Another individual was invited to a convention about procrastination. He and many other people were experiencing this. On the day of the convention, no one turned up. This is why, because procrastination is what? Is when people consider other tasks, they consider what they want to do over what they ought to do. People often give excuses. In other words, how do I know if I procrastinate? Most of us know, but there are signs of the procrastinators. Signs like what? Like, for instance, continuously asking others to do our jobs for us. Always telling people to accomplish the tasks that we have to do, number one. Number two, when it comes to certain responsibilities, certain duties, these individuals who procrastinate, they do what? They are ones who deny that they procrastinate. They often say, no, I'm not doing it. In other words, I don't fall into this particular category. Likewise, people often are under this false sense of security when it comes to time. They say, I have plenty of time. They give themselves these false assurances that they can achieve what it is set out for them to achieve at all times. Hence, the realization comes forward, and that is what? This is a subject that affects many people. Therefore, you find literally thousands of works, books, websites, self-help groups, videos on YouTube and other places that speak about what? Procrastination. People want help. People want assistance. They see it affects their life. They see it causes sad, stress, anxiety, and depression, memory loss. It causes human beings to develop what? A sense of less worth, low self-esteem when they continuously don't do